Anyway, what was I gonna look at? Where should we do the fucking? Oh, let's start with this. The Taliban co-founder has arrived in Kabul.
The Taliban's most prominent leaders, Abdul Ghani Baradar, returned to Afghanistan after years in exile. So what do we know about him? Well, he was one of the 4 men who founded the Taliban back in 1994. And he became a linchpin of the insurgency after the Taliban were toppled by the US-led invasion in 2001. Then, in 2010, he was actually captured in a joint US-Pakistani raid, but he was released in 2013. Afghan officials hoped that he would encourage the Taliban to engage in peace talks with them. Well, fast forward 7 years, and he signs a deal, not with the Afghan government.
Chat, what are the hashtags for Hasan tweet selfie day? It's like, is it Hasan tweet selfie day and what else? 2yil 821. Okay, thank you.
But with the US Trump administration, it culminates in the withdrawal of US troops. We know what happens next, don't we? The Taliban quickly take control of the country, and then after years in exile, he's finally able to return to Afghanistan. Well, our security correspondent, Frank Gardner, is here with me in the studio. It's lovely to see you, Frank. There are so many questions concerning not only the Taliban, but also how they fund themselves, who they are. So let's start off with this latest development and Baradar. How significant is he within the whole story?
He's very significant because he was very close to Mullah Omar, who was the original founder of the Taliban back in 1994. He's a relative moderate compared to some of his more extreme colleagues. He's actually...
I love that they're just forced to talk about the Taliban with terms like this. It's so fucking awesome. Okay? It's so awesome. Yes, they're relatively moderate in comparison to its other Taliban counterparts. Here you go, chat. Here you fucking go. Wait, why is face trending? The moderate head of Taliban. They're only doing wonderful jihad in moderation and also implementing their version of fundamentalist Sharia laws in moderation.
He spent 8 years in prison in Pakistan, and he was only released in 2018. He's been instrumental in those peace talks you mentioned in Doha and Qatar. He's been very much at the forefront of those. I think the big questions now are whether this second iteration of Taliban rule in Afghanistan is going to be different from the earlier one. The public signs that they're putting out are that it will be, that they are prepared to be much more moderate or at least less extreme. They're saying the things people want to hear. The big question is whether once the spotlight is off Afghanistan, it will move off it inevitably, eventually, are they going to revert to type, oppressing women, suppressing human rights, carrying out all sorts of very brutal punishments, oppressing free media, or will they actually be a more normal country that is a part of the rest of the world? Some countries, Russia and China, are giving them very much the benefit of the doubt and are reaching out to them already. The European Union has withheld its recognition of, no one is actually in a hurry to recognize them yet because they want to wait to see how the Taliban form a government, how inclusive it is. But I don't think Western countries are going to be in a great rush to do it. They want to see a bit of time elapse to find out what kind of a rule it's going to be. But Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar's input is going to be crucial. He is not right now the top man, but he's very near the top man, along with Habatullah Akhundzada. And they've got other people at the top, Haqqani, for example, Khalil Haqqani from the Haqqani network. These people have been on the outside for 20 years. One of those I mentioned has actually got a price on his head from the US, a bounty on his head, and he's now in charge of security in Kabul.
So that's the higher echelons of the Taliban. But as many people have started to point out, it's the discipline within the foot soldiers that could cause problems for the so-called Taliban version 2. How unified, how disciplined is the Taliban? Who exactly are they?
Well, they've been an incredibly effective fighting force in these last few weeks and months. As soon as they found out that the US was leaving...
Yeah, 20 fucking years, dude. 20 years. They've been an incredibly effective fighting force. They fucking own so hard. Like, how many more times do imperialist forces need to get fucking owned by dudes in flip-flops for them to recognize that, like, I mean, I guess the point is that you have to do imperialism. Like the entire point is, like, the entire point is getting owned by flip-flop wearing motherfuckers over and over again. You know what I mean? So that you know, the military industrial complex can keep basically printing money.
That was it. That was a green light to them to accelerate their campaign. And this will go down in military history as one of the most successful insurgent campaigns. And it's desperately sad for all of those, not only Britons and others who fought there and been aid workers and helped Afghanistan become a more progressive, fair, equitable place, which they now fear could be reversed, but also for all those tens of thousands of Afghans who've lost their lives trying to keep their country free from oppressive rule. Now, it may not be as oppressive as we fear, but certainly a lot of people, you've only got to look at the airport to see what tens of thousands of Afghans think about what Taliban rule is likely to be. They will have heard it from their parents. They are terrified. And there's no question that despite the fact that the Taliban have said there is an amnesty for those who have served the previous government, in practice, there are numerous reports of door-to-door, not even knockings. Basically, the Taliban are going around. They've got lists of the people who basically served the government that fought them. And the people they're particularly after are what's called the NDS, the previous Afghan Intelligence Service, and the Special Forces, the 444 and Unit 333.
I'm hiding it because, like, there's imagery, and I don't know if it's actually bad or not. That's why I'm hiding it.
Some of those are now up at the airport trying to basically get away, as you can imagine, because they are marked men.
In the press conference, it was unprecedented at the time, wasn't it? There were a lot of questions off the back of that saying, why do they keep talking about Sharia, the Islamic law? Why is it within the confines of Sharia? Afghanistan is an Islamic country, isn't it? What's the difference going to be? And this is the fear, isn't it? A lot of people, when they hear that, it's like, oh no, what is that going to mean then for the girls, for everyday life? What difference will it bring?
Yeah. Well, Sharia, of course, means Islamic law, as you say. And
Sharia.
And it's open very much.
Damn, he said it with his fucking chest, dude. He got the guttural sound through. Sharia. Did this guy fight? Is he like a ex-special forces guy or something? You don't hear that from, like, usual Westerners. My man said Sharia.
Interpretation. I mean, many countries throughout the Middle East use a form of Sharia. It's all dependent on how it's actually practiced. So Saudi Arabia, for example, is one of those that carries out what's called hudud or HUD punishments to the limit. So, you know, that can be beheading for capital crime, which is rape, armed robbery. And in the past, the 5 years from 1996 to 2001, the Taliban carried out a lot of very brutal punishments, particularly amputations. ISIS, when they had a self-declared caliphate in Syria and Iraq, they did a lot of those. And there's a really ghoulish, hideous element to this, because usually these regimes tend to corral the public into forcing them to watch this. They order them, their police order people to come to the stadium to watch this. And that's what used to happen under the Taliban. They use the football stadium in...
Yeah, maybe fucking Radlibs will like that now. They're like, you know, they see, not all bad. Decapitation of rapists, dude. I don't think they're in favor of rehabilitation, chat. So there's that.
In Kabul and elsewhere to watch somebody having his hand and foot lopped off.
Info about him. He lost his life to Islamists in Saudi Arabia and has been the most prominent British journalist in the Middle East for ages.
There will be plenty of people in their ranks who want that sort of thing to continue. There'll be plenty of people in Taliban ranks who say that a woman's place is in the home and in the bedroom, in the kitchen and in the bedroom, and nowhere else, or that if she goes out, she must be accompanied, fully veiled, and must be accompanied by a mahram, a male guardian. Others, I think, will perhaps be a bit more pragmatic.
For the record, everything that he is talking about so far, like a lot of the things that he is talking about so far, also exist in, people are going to get mad at me, but Saudi Arabia, which is, of course, our most important ally in the region, obviously. So, just do with that information what you will. Saudi Arabia also has a lot more to do with 9/11 than Afghanistan ever did. There's also that.
They will want.
I mean,
Afghanistan
he mentioned Saudi Arabia as well. I'm just like repeating it.
Country. They're going to be short of money. The IMF has cut off funds. They need trade. They need ties. They'll get some from China, a lot from China, some from Russia, some from Pakistan. Maybe that'll be enough, but I think they'll want to be a bit more open.
Those are the next questions, isn't it? Everybody's saying, how on earth are you going to fund this country? I spoke to a former ambassador earlier this week and brought up the resources within Afghanistan. I mentioned lithium and China's interest in those resources. And he said, well, actually, there are a lot more. And he didn't understand why the British didn't make the most of it. Where does Afghanistan's wealth come from, Frank?
Under the ground. Well, partly under the ground, but of course, I hate to say it, but the illicit wealth is the opium poppy.
Remember how some of the more prominent political commentators on this platform were routinely saying that like Afghanistan is not mineral, Afghanistan's like mineral density was actually unimportant in the grand scheme of things, and like that was a total fabrication or a lie or whatever the fuck people were saying. And then they were just completely wrong about that. And then no one ever was like, hey, that was really fucking wrong, actually. But hey, whatever. Let's keep going.
And Afghanistan is the world's biggest supplier of opium and heroin. So, you know, if the Taliban wanted to, and so far they've said we're going to try and reduce opium production to zero and we want international help for this, that's commendable. I mean, in 20 years, the US-led coalition wasn't able to do it. Maybe the Taliban can, but it is a major source of money for farmers, for villagers. You know, it funds an entire narco economy in some of the more fertile areas. If they wanted to, they could flood Europe with heroin. They could treble the production. There are thousands of Iranian border guards who've lost their lives trying to stop drug smuggling across the Afghan-Iranian border. So there is that wealth, unfortunately, but you're absolutely right to mention lithium. So rare earth, copper, or other minerals are beneath the surface and are waiting to be exploited. And China has been quite clever on this. It's played the long game. I don't think it's lost a single life so far in Afghanistan, certainly not in combat. It sat back, watched the Americans and its allies, their allies, lose their lives in trying to nation build. But they, meanwhile, have extended the hand of friendship to the Taliban. They're not too concerned about human rights. That's something that troubles other people, but not them. I think they will have some concerns, though, that about their own Uyghur community in Xinjiang province. They will not want to see militant jihadism spreading across that border. So China will have an interest in the suppression of any terror training camps.
Yellow Hat has such hat trademarked. I'll have you know. Who the fuck is Yellow Hat? China will get Afghanistan lithium plus Bolivia lithium, where it has donated millions of vaccines. Easy. Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game, boys. You might be in a Ben Garrison drawing soon. Why? Did he tweet about me? Bush is out here doing the reverse Hitler atrocities, then painting. That's hilarious, dude. That's pretty funny. That's good. I like that. That's right. Instead of using this moment to earnestly self-reflect on the criminal excesses of the war in Afghanistan, on the toll it took on the people of Afghanistan, the U.S. media collectively erased 20 years of history and rewrote the narrative to make the U.S. a restrained savior. Adam Johnson says, yeah, amazing how over the past week with the U.S. occupation has been retconned as Emily's List with guns, ignoring countless arbitrary killings, U.S.-backed death squads, and Reaper drones blowing up weddings. We've gotten a single simplistic view of a status quo that was 100% hunky-dory. Yeah. So surprising that, you know, people were, Adam doesn't follow you. He's never followed me. I don't think he likes me, but I don't give a shit. He does pretty good work. That's what I care about. There's a new Austin Ox. Yeah, I saw. Not so graceful. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 gift subs. Wait, there was another one. Oh, Talibanistan. I don't know if there's TOS on this, but this has got some good and very different coverage.
Really dangerous. The Taliban really know this area.
Today, the Taliban stronger than ever.
This is the sort of thing that the peace deal is supposed to put an end to. Was that a message or a threat?
د موږ خبر هم ورته همدا دی اخطار هم همدا دی نو موږ د جنگ او د جهاد لپاره بالکل آماده یو.
Do you think America has a problem with black folks owning guns.
You asking $1 million question.
People have been socialized to think that when I see a black man with a weapon, then it instantly must be negative. But when I see a white person with a weapon, they must.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not. Taliban did a Ford ad. Okay, we've covered this extensively. I don't know if I should keep doing it, honestly. But should we move on from doing yet another day of like Taliban coverage? I feel like I've done it so many times at this point. Like I've done it nonstop. For the record, I don't have a problem with black people arming themselves, but I do hate like armed posturing. I think that is not a good way, and it's like a very American way. There is nowhere else on the fucking planet where you bring guns to a public you bring guns to like a public area without intent to use it. You see what I'm saying? It's like a very American concept. The Taliban, motherfucker, they use it. What are you talking about? That's my point exactly. Let's go back to talking about your house. No, I don't want to talk about my house anymore.
So
but
what
yes,
we can...
Yes, there is a Trump rally that we're going to get to when it comes out. Of course, the Trump rally is on Right Side Broadcasting, and of course, it has like a fuckload of Michael Pillow ads. But I kind of want to watch this video on Envy. Yeah, I'm making an executive decision. First of all, apparently FaZe is trending because they won a bunch of games, not because of that one fucking dude who's like, whatever the fuck his name is. Like there was some dude who was like talking shit about OnlyFans. I'll do a quick fucking brief take on OnlyFans. OnlyFans, for the first time ever, talked about sex workers openly. Okay, they and then I'll tie it into FaZe as well. Where is it? Where is the fucking? Oh, here it is. OnlyFans says, "Dear sex workers, the OnlyFans community would not be what it is today without you." Yeah, no shit. The policy change was necessary to secure banking and payment services to support you. We are working around the clock to come up with solutions. Hashtag sex workers work. So I actually do like that they said this. You know, any sort of mention, recognition of the humanity of sex workers is ultimately a good thing. Kind of fucked up that it took this long for them to do so. Hopefully it's not just a marketing gimmick, and there's a genuine interest in like making sure that sex work can continue on OnlyFans, considering the fact that they literally fucking built the platform. Okay. It could be a marketing gimmick. There's people that work at OnlyFans in my community that like get mad every time I cover the story. Are they saying that banks wouldn't work with them if they have sex work on the platform? Many banks don't. To this day. It's one way that like heavily consumed industries that are still considered illegal, sex work, you know, weed. These places are still absolutely fucking pushed away by the financial industry. Like banks 1000% make it extremely hard for sex workers to be able to put their money there. Why are banks acting like morality police? They're not. HSBC literally is like, most of the big banks are responsible for nearly all of the financing of terror cells all around the world, and also the drug trade and every other thing on the planet. It's just moralistic posturing. It's dumb as fuck. Didn't they just need to add verification and moderation like Pornhub? My friend, OnlyFans has better moderation than Pornhub does. I don't know if you know this or not. According to at least what's her face? Abigail she just, I think she, what was her name? Was it Abigail? Abigail Mack, right? I think it is Abigail. Is she reactionary? Is she a right-winger? Anyway, according to Abigail Mack, is it Abigail Mack? Hold on. Yeah, it is Abigail Mack. Okay. I'm obviously not going to pull up her fucking account here, but according to Abigail Mack, like, they already have verification on OnlyFans. Like, every single person that you have, every single person that you even have on your videos also has to be verified by OnlyFans. Like they already do that. You have to show your ID and all that stuff to be able to have an OnlyFans account. They do actually have moderation. You have to verify. Yeah, you have to be verified twice via ID. So anyone who fucking tells you otherwise is lying to you. You can't post before verifying, and the verification is dog shit nuts. Yeah. Crypto bros keep saying that instead of taking card payments, OnlyFans should replace it with crypto. Sounds dumb, right? It's actually not dumb. Cryptocurrency, this is unironically one of the methods of getting around the horrible fucking financial system that we have that oftentimes... No. This is one of the uses for crypto. I will fucking admit that. 1000%. Cryptocurrency does get around these payment processors acting as like the arbiters of morality. Straight up. This is one of the uses. It sucks that you know, crypto bros are fucking annoying, but it is the truth. OnlyFans, how it handles illegal sex videos. BBC investigation. Internal documents leaked to BBC News reveal that OnlyFans allows moderators to give multiple warnings to accounts that post illegal content on its online platform before deciding to close them. Moderation specialists and child protection experts say this shows OnlyFans, which is best known for hosting pornography, has some tolerance for accounts posting illegal content. Wait, do they not realize that, like, they don't want to fucking get it wrong? They don't want to get it wrong and immediately if they do a one-strike policy that actually hurts content creators if they get it wrong. What the fuck? Illegal content would mean revenge porn, sex trafficking victims forcibly doing pornography. This is literally not true. Illegal content is immediately deactivated. OnlyFans says it goes far and beyond all relevant global safety standards and regulations and does not tolerate breaches of its terms of service. On Thursday evening, OnlyFans said it would ban sexually explicit content on the site from October. The announcement comes after BBC News approached the company for its response to the leaked documents and concerns about its handling of accounts posting illegal content. OnlyFans said it would still allow creators to post nude photos and videos if they were in line with the terms of service, which are to be updated. In May, BBC News revealed that the site was failing to prevent under 18s from selling and appearing in explicit videos despite it being illegal for children to do so. At the time, OnlyFans said the attempts to use the site fraudulently were rare. I 100% agree with this, by the way. Like, I agree with OnlyFans on this. If you need 2 methods of fucking ID to verify, it is incredibly difficult to do that. Like, someone needs to be like working extra fucking hard to be able to put like minors on that website. And I'm sure they fucking clap them. And then if someone is like illegally putting minors on the website, they go to jail. What? Bad phrasing? What did I say? It's not children uploading it themselves, chat. It's fucking adults that may be uploading underage girls and boys and shit on there. Okay? And if that's the case and they get caught, that is insanely illegal. You understand that, right? It is mega illegal and you will go to jail, especially because you have like actual two verification processes involved. It's still illegal even if you don't get caught. Yes. It's not chat. Yeah. Isn't really the issue here universal with sites that post sex workers? Like, if you allow porn, this will always be an issue. At least OnlyFans are trying to moderate. Most porn sites moderate now. Like, big porn sites all moderate. And it's good that they're moderating. That's a good thing. It seems that most websites misinterpreted what OnlyFans was saying. Yeah, it seems like it. It does seem like it. It certainly seems like a lot of websites were just, like, exaggerating what OnlyFans was doing. And even I participated in that a little bit because it's like fun to meme about it. You know what I mean? But from what I understand, and I don't know if they're going to actually take away like hardcore pornographic material, like insertion, fucking, things like that. And then allow nudes and lewds to continue on the platform. Or if they're going to even allow hardcore pornographic stuff on the platform as well. and just like update their terms of service. But we'll see as time comes. It just sucks that, again, sex workers are the ones who built that platform. Sex workers are incredibly fucking marginalized. Sex workers are dehumanized every step of the way. The reason why I was talking about FaZe originally is because, like, one of those fucking dildos at FaZe Sway or some shit, was like, lol, now you're gonna have to get a job, lol. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? You're literally a fucking Twitch streamer, dude. Like, what are you saying, dude? Are you fucking stupid? So many pathetic fucking losers on the internet talking about, like, oh my god, like, sex workers, finally you need to get a fucking job. Finally you need to get a fucking job. A guy from my undergrad said this is OnlyFans' decision was the best thing for feminism, and that's now he's happy. People will make more money in a clean way. Shaking my head. It makes me very, very frustrated that, like, so many people consume porn and just absolutely think that, like, the people that make the fucking sex work that they are consuming, they do not care about those people at all and do not see them as human beings and dehumanize them and continue the cycle of violence that they're subjected to. It's really fucked up. Sex work, when done ethically and done by consenting adults, is awesome. Okay? It's great. A wonderful thing. And it is a significantly better way to make money than a fuckload of other things that you are forced to do. Many people think that work only means you have to do back-breaking work in a fucking coal mine or a factory assembly line, and think that there is, like, additional honor in that exploitation, in that back-breaking labor. It's like, yeah, no, it's an incredibly important part of the economy. It's incredibly important that people are doing shit like that. But ultimately, it's great. Sex work is awesome. Like, all matter of entertainment is still a necessity, I would say. Otherwise, the world would be an incredibly boring and horrible fucking place. I say thank you after every nut. It's just so stupid. Not gonna lie, it's better being a housewife and it's more honorable. Yeah, okay, dude. You should never be allowed to jerk off going forward, like, to sex work ever again if you say that. Fucking puritanical weirdo. Misogynistic and puritanical, too. They have a right to choose what content is on their platform, though? Yeah, motherfucker, and they made that choice. They made that choice, and that's why they're a $5 billion company now. So them turning around and being like, yeah, fuck you guys. Thanks for all the clout. Thanks for all the fucking revenue is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. You only say that because you daily fuck porn stars? I wish. Not the case. But no, because I jerk off, man. I jerk off every day. I watch porn, okay? And I find it really strange that, like, I don't understand how you can watch porn and just be like, these are robots that I'm watching. Like, do you think that they're just, like, not real human beings that fucking have needs, interests, opinions on things? Like, well, what do you think is going on? It's such a strange thing. And it's very similar to how, like, psychotic conservatives love football players up until the moment that, like, they have to recognize that they're, like, you know, if they're black, they're human beings outside of, like, the football player that they've idolized. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, everything was great until you fucking kneeled for police brutality. Fuck you. It's the same shit. Maybe that's why there's so many fucking idiots out there that, like, love the Taliban or something. What is this? Wear my green watch. I want you to make my diamonds. I live for this. I've been fucked with by nerd-ass jock like you my entire life. You will never recover, I promise you. What? Ugh, he's so whack, dude. I'm with you, brother. Who's your favorite actress? Right now, I love Sky Blue. I watch her a lot. I think she's great. Shots fired. Kanye texting shots at Drake on Instagram. Kanye added Pusha T to the group chat before sending the following text. This all comes after Drake's feature on Trippie Redd's Betrayal, on which Drake raps, all these fools I'm beefing that I barely know, 45, 44, burned out, let it go. Yay, ain't changing shit for me. It's set in stone. It would have been way worse if the creators of OnlyFans held the line and everyone's pay suddenly evaporated because Visa and MasterCard pulled the plug. Yeah, I don't know how to apply pressure point to Visa and MasterCard for them to shut the fuck up. They take advantage of like lighter forms of sex work all goddamn day. Sex is a fundamental part of marketing. Every fucking industry that they're in literally does sexualization, objectification, all of that sort of stuff. It is incredibly indecent to turn around and just like fucking cry about sex workers, because it's just like it takes it one step further. We're working on that. Actually, just give us a couple months. One of the H3 editors dated Sky a few months ago. Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? What a goddamn legend, dude. Oh my god. Is Sky Blue on the hub? Yeah, but her name, like, I think there was an older porn star named Sky Blue as well. It's not like easy to find. Somebody lives in chat crying you're not watching their lib girl boss queen. Bro, I just Google Sky Blue on Google Images and scat fetish. Wait, what? Zach? Blonde with short hair, yes. It's Sky with an E, I think. Doesn't OnlyFans payment model and multiple small transactions directly benefit those companies like MasterCard who take a fee per transaction? Yeah, I mean, but they're susceptible to pressure when it comes to a marginalized group of individuals like sex workers, right? It's super easy. It's super easy to just like shit all over sex workers because no one cares about them, and you know they're doing something icky. Like, we can't talk about that. Anyway, let's Zach dated Jane Wild, not Sky Blue. God damn, you guys know so much. All right. Woman in the line with the Trump rally says she's hoping that he's about to reveal that he's still the president and never left. Oh my God, that's spice.
What do you hope
he's coming back
before?
He's already here. He never left. He's the 19th president of the Republic. Trump, you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
You're not talking about that other whatever.
Yeah. Is there anything specific you want him to address tonight?
I want him to address when he's going to come forth and say, I am, so that everybody will wake up and we can get this country back. The constitutional republic of 1776. That's what and it will happen soon because God is in this and God wins.